you've no idea what's happening to the prices right now. I've noticed an increase of at least 20% this year, and I pay 25-30 euro for just one dish per person. Still, I feel like there are some options to save money. Hey guys, welcome to Dramatically Expatic. Welcome to this chit-chat video. I haven't made a video like this in a while, and also I feel like it's becoming a tradition now to have these updates on the cost of living and what's changed over the course of the year. And I haven't made a video like this in 2024 yet, so I think it's time to tackle all things money and talk about all things money. And of course, guys, just a quick disclaimer, it varies greatly based on your spending habits and whether you live in a big city or small town, with small towns of course costing less, and also the north and the south of Italy have quite different prices. But as someone who lives in a big city in northern Italy, this is what I've been observing as of lately, and yeah, let's share the average prices here in Bologna and in northern Italy today. And without further ado, don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you haven't subscribed yet, and let's start talking all things money today. The first thing I want to tackle is, of course, rent. Rent is something that I've been looking closely at since the beginning of this year for personal reasons, and honestly, rent is increasing a lot every year. Just to give you an example, here in Bologna you can expect to rent a studio apartment for about 1,000 euro per month now, and then of course, yes, you can find cheaper options, but maybe in less desirable areas of the city, and you know, it may be an older apartment in need of renovation, because as of lately I've seen a lot of apartments like that on the market that really need some love and renovation, something that you might not be necessarily looking forward to as a tenant, you know, is not someone who buys an apartment, and even then you're gonna pay 700 to 800 euro per month without the bills for this kind of an apartment. One big northern city that still has quite affordable housing options, in my opinion, is actually Turin, where you can find a studio apartment for about 650 euros per month, and it will be a rather nice studio in a very nice area, you know, even in the city center. On the other hand, other cities, yes, they have higher prices, but if you want to rent a one-bedroom or two-bedroom apartment, actually the difference will not be that big. For example, you can expect to rent a one-bedroom apartment in Bologna or Florence for about 1,200 euro per month, or a two-bedroom apartment for around 1,500 or 1,700 euro per month, something like that. So as you can see, the difference between the prices and the number of bedrooms is actually not that big. Now, speaking about the bills have increased drastically, but I think it's not also the case for everyone, because when moving to Italy, guys, and finding a place to rent or even buy, pay attention to the energy class of the building or of the apartment. The energy class determines how energy efficient the apartment is, and they go from A, different types of A, like A plus or A gold, which is the most energy efficient, all the way to G, which is the less energy efficient. So you have A, B, C, D, F, G, and yes, the apartments that have the G class are the ones that will be skyrocketing your bills every month. Right now I live in a rather energy efficient house, like the whole house where I rent an apartment is really energy efficient, and my electricity bill is around 60 to 70 euro per month, and I also don't use gas for heating, so this luckily is not part of my monthly bill, and electricity is basically the only bill that I'm paying, besides the internet and other stuff, of course. But yes, this is my estimate. On the other hand, I read on the internet that people who use gas for heating or cooking are expected to spend on average 1,700 euro for both gas and electricity this year, with some families estimating their yearly bill for electricity and gas together at around 2,300 euro. Now, speaking of gas as fuel, the average price for a liter of petrol now in Italy is around €1.83, while the price for a liter of diesel will be around €1.75. The public transportation, on the other hand, is rather affordable. especially if we are speaking about Bologna, because in Bologna you can buy a bus ticket, single ride bus ticket at €1.50, and then you can of course save even more money when buying monthly or yearly passes. And by the way, I talk a lot about different kinds of passes and how to save money on transportation on my Patreon page. So if you're not subscribed yet, check the link in the description box and choose the Expat Tire, subscribe to Expat Tire to get these regular updates and tips on expat life in Italy. In Milan, on the other hand, the public transportation prices have increased this year, and the single ride underground ticket is now at €2.20. Still, the monthly and yearly passes are available, so you can actually save some money if you're using public transportation on the regular basis. Besides, in Milan there are also now different areas that have limited traffic areas, and you cannot enter there with just any car, or only with the electric vehicles, or just a very limited number of cars that are allowed to pass there. So it might actually be a good option to use more public transport than using the car in cities like Milan. Now, keeping on with this travel topic, the train ticket prices have increased dramatically. I'll be honest with you guys, I've noticed an increase of at least 20% this year, and I'm speaking about regional trains, which means the cheapest and the slowest trains, but the ticket prices have really increased. And when speaking about high-speed trains, they now offer way less discounted offers. Even 2 years ago, you could find numerous options to save money when taking a high-speed train if you buy a ticket in advance. Nowadays, it's way less an option, and in general, if the high-speed ticket between Bologna and Florence a year ago you could find it for like 9-10 euros, now you will find it at 15 euros as the cheapest option, and if you buy it really in advance. So yeah, the train tickets also have increased a lot. Still, guys, if you want to travel around Italy without spending too much, wisely, and spending your time efficiently, seeing all the beautiful monuments and landmarks, and also striking this perfect balance between sightseeing and relaxing, don't forget that I now offer consultation calls to help you plan the perfect trip to Italy. I can help you plan a customized trip to Italy, so you do and see so many amazing things, and also find all the hidden gems, and I will share my best tips and recommendations with you. And the little birdie is also telling you to check out the link in the description box to learn more about how I can help you plan the perfect trip and book your consultation call with me. Moving on to the food and groceries, it of course largely depends on your eating habits, whether you cook more or eat out more, and your diet in general, whether you eat meat and animal products or not. But I would say that the prices have quite increased this year. For example, just to give you an idea, you can buy around 10 eggs for a price of €2.20 now, and a liter of milk will cost you around €1.75, €1 maybe 50 cents in some places, in some grocery stores, while 1 kilo of poultry, of chicken breast, will cost you 10 to 11 euros on average. My monthly grocery budget is around €300, considering that I mostly cook at home and I don't go out that much. But if you want to eat out, it depends on whether you want to have aperitivo, for example, thus saving some money, or if you want to go out for a proper dinner. Aperitivo in Italy is not super expensive. You can expect to pay something like from €6, for your drink, and maybe just a little snack on the side, to around €12, €13 for a buffet with a drink included. So yeah, that's the average price for aperitivo. But if you are going out for dinner in Bologna, it actually costs you less, because you can expect to pay around 25-30 euro per person for dinner in a very average osteria. It won't be a luxury restaurant. While in Venice, you're gonna pay 25-30 euro for just one dish per person, not even the entire meal. Of course, the prices are higher in more touristy places. Bologna is quite touristy, and it's getting more and more touristy every year. At least that's my feeling, that's my opinion. But still, you can find these more affordable prices. On the other hand, I've seen a huge rise in street food places in Bologna. That's a perfect way for a budget traveler, but also for an expat living here. If you want to just go out and have a meal, take away away or eat it somewhere without spending too much, there are so many really good street food options, and I can see people queuing for them, while restaurants, I feel like they're being a little bit emptier now. Maybe it's the season, I don't know. But still, guys, if you want to learn more about all the best street food places in Bologna, but also in other cities, including touristy cities, make sure to check out my playlist. I will leave you a link up here because I have the playlist with budget travel videos where I share all of my best tips on how to save money, including the best street food options and places in various cities. Speaking of coffee, someone who consumes a lot of coffee, I am super glad that Italy still has relatively low prices for coffee. Honestly, Italy is one of the cheapest countries in Europe when it comes to coffee, but even comparing these prices to the price a couple of years ago, they have increased as well. Right now you can expect to pay around 160, 180 for a cup of cappuccino or a cup of Americano even. Well, when I just came to Italy all these years ago, you could find coffee for about €1, €1.10 for just a normal espresso. Nowadays you'll find an espresso for at least €1.20. So you can see this increase of 10, 20 cents, sometimes more. It really depends on the place, of course. And the croissant, because the typical breakfast in Italy is cappuccino with croissant, called here is a brioche or cornetto. That's the sign, guys. If you don't know how to call a croissant in Italy, you probably haven't seen my other videos, so I just remind you to check out my other videos and subscribe to my channel if you haven't subscribed yet. But yes, you're gonna pay around 140 to 160 for a croissant in Italy now. In Bologna, at least. I know that in southern Italy the prices might still be lower, but here this is the reality. I talk more about the prices there in my Puglia vlogs, but yeah, we went there, we explored it, we loved it. But if you want to learn more about the prices in southern Italy, I will leave you a link up here to my playlist from there. Last but not least, I feel like the university fees have also increased slightly. Even though I'm not a student anymore, I'm keeping myself informed on the situation. I'm still in contact with my professors, and some of my friends are still attending the university, so you know, I'm kind of updated on the situation. The fees have increased slightly, but you can still save some money because most universities offer incentives and waivers for students based on their financial situation, and other universities actually have these different tiers of fees based on your country of origin. So inform yourself well when or if you're planning to study in Italy, because you may be eligible for a waiver or, you know, some other option to save some money on your tuition fees. By the way, guys, I haven't talked about universities in a very long while, so let me know in the comments if that's still relevant to you, if you'd like me to talk more about the universities and the rankings of 2024, since this is the season when people are usually applying to universities. I'm curious to know if you're interested in this topic. And that's it, guys. I hope this video was helpful and gave you a little overview of what to expect in terms of cost of living in Italy in 2024. I will probably update you once again later on this year because I feel like the prices are changing quite a lot every month, you know, and yeah, that's, but I think that's the reality everywhere, so definitely not exclusive to Italy. Anyway, I remind you to subscribe, guys, so you don't miss videos like this and all the travel vlogs that I'm preparing for you, because spring has finally come and summer is coming soon, and of course we have many exciting plans for traveling and all kind of explorations around Italy. So yeah, check out my other videos, guys, subscribe to my channel, hit the bell button down below so you don't miss anything. Don't forget to like and comment this video. Let me know what you think, let me know where you live and what is the cost of living situation where you live, guys. Also, if you live in Italy, in other parts of Italy, I really want to hear from you, so let me know in the comments as well. Thank you guys so much for being here, and please enjoy your day.